Hello student. In this semester I am going to teach you the subject data structure using C. The subject code is 22317. Before starting the subject, let me introduce me the first. I am Harshila Date, Senior Lecturer of COB Department. This is the examination scheme for your subject. You have total 100 marks for theory and 50 marks for practical. Among 100 marks of theory, 70 marks for your final theory paper and 30 for your internal marks. In internal marks, 20 marks for your unit test and 10 marks for your micro project. And in practical, 25 marks for your manual and 25 marks for your external practical examination. These are the course outcomes of your subject. Each course outcome will be covered in each unit of your syllabus. For example, in unit A, you will cover the course outcome A, that is perform basic operation on array. Apply different searching sorting of techniques. It will be covered in unit 2, searching and sorting. Implement basic operation on stack and queue using array. It will be covered in unit 3. Implement basic operations on linked list. It will be covered in unit 4. And last CO is the implement program to create and traverse the tree to solve the problems. It will be covered in unit 5. These are the list of units. You have total 5 units in your syllabus. Introduction to data structure having marks 6, searching and sorting unit 2 having marks 12, unit 3 stack and queue having marks 20, unit 4 linked list having marks 16, and unit 5 is tree and graph marks 16. In first unit you are going to learn what are the types of data structure, and stack and queue and linked list are the three linear data structure, whereas tree and graphs are the non-linear data structure. This is the list of programs that we are going to cover in the practical session. You have total 12 programs, and these are the books for reference. Data structure using C by ISRD, data structure through C by Yashwant Kanetkar, and data structure using C by Rima Thareja. So let us start the unit 1. Unit 1 is the introduction to data structure. These are the unit outcomes of this first unit. Classify the given types of data structure based on characteristics and explain the operation on the data structure. At the end of the video, you will get both answers from this video. Okay, so let us start the data structure. So what is data? Data is nothing but the process information. If I tell you, just write down your resume. So whatever information about you, that is your date of birth, your hobbies, your educational details, your name, your address, that is stored in your brain is the information. But when you switch on the PC, you open the Microsoft Word, you enter all the data, all the information that you know about yourself into your resume and save this file into Microsoft Word, then it will, this information is converted into the data. And structure is something in which you can store the data. So let us understand the data structure term with the real time example. So first real time example is, see the question on the slide. If you want to add the misal pav, which plate you will select? This is the plate A, this is the plate B. Which plate you will select, the plate A or plate B for eating the misal pav? Of course, more than 90% will give the answer plate A. Why? Because in plate A there are three compartments, so you can keep each thing separate. For example, you keep your misal gravy separate, you keep your pav separate. Okay. So another real time example is, which plate is more organized? Plate A or plate B? Both of our plates have the same menu, that is dal, rice and raita or salad. So which one is the more organized? If you compare, so plate A is the more organized because for dal and for salad they are providing you the bowl. So why you organize the data? Why you organize the things? Because you don't have to only store that data. Means you don't put the rice and dal and salad into the plate and wait. You start eating that food. So you are eating the food means you are reducing the food from the plate. That is nothing but you are reducing the data means you are deleting the data. If your rice goes over, or if your rice is finished, so what you do, you ask for the another rice, another plate for rice plate. So you are actually adding the data. So you are always not storing the data, you are actually, along with the storing the data, you are also perform the various operation on data. For example, insert, adding the data, deleting the data, or searching the data. This is your computer example. So this is nothing but the my computer of PC. So everyone have the PC at their home. So how many drives are there? There must not be only one drive. There are multiple drives. So at least many of the people making at least two or three drives. Why? Because they want to keep this data separately. For example, you dedicated one drive for another type of data. For example, if you have the movies, song, games, and program softwares at your home, at your PC, so in C drive you store all the program files. In D drive, or you can make that movie drive you to store all the movies. You can make one game drive to store all the games. You can make one song drive to store all the songs. So is it only PC is only used to store the data? No. Besides the storing the data, you always perform different types of operation. To understand this, take an example. If you got a new movie, what you do? You take the movie into pen drive. You attach the pen drive to your PC. You open the movie drive, and then you copy paste that movie into movie folder. Why into movie folder only? Because next time if you want to see the movie, what you will do the one operation, that is searching. You search into the movie drive your movie that you want to see, and then play that movie. So you, whenever you get new movie, you are performing the adding operation. When you play the movie, you are actually performing for search operation. If after 2 3 months you don't want that movie, or you want some space on your disk, what do? You search that movie into the movie drive, and you delete the movie. So always you are performing the different types of operations on the stored data into your PC. So this is the actually need of the data structure. You store the data into the structure so you can perform various types of operation on the data. So this is the definition of data structure. Data structure is a mathematical or logical model of particular organization of data. It provides you the structure to organize the data properly. Why to store the data properly? To perform various types of operation. The next point is, it is defined as a way of storing and manipulating the data in organized form so that it can be used efficiently. This is the need of the data structure. There are two main needs of the data structure. First, data structure helps you to organize the data in the memory, and it helps to understand the relationship between the data elements. There are two types of relationships among the data elements: linear and hierarchical. Linear relationship means what? The data structure whose element having the linear relationship, whose form the line, is a linear relationship, and hierarchical means not in the line. Based on this relationship, there are the two main types of the data structure: linear and non-linear. Next concept is the ADT, abstract data type. So you understand data structure. Data structure is a way of organizing the data. It is a structure provided to storing the data. Why to store the data? To store the data so we can easily use that data efficiently. So what is ADT? ADT is nothing but the prototype of the data structure. Take an example to understand the ADT, real-time example. If you want to build a building, what do you do? You do first, you make one building diagram, and through that diagram you only make the building final output. So you always making the prototype model, small model of final output. So building is your final output. You first made the prototype of the building, small model, and from that small model you make the original building. Likewise, same. If you want to create a data structure, so you have to first make the ADT of that data structure. It is a prototype of the data structure. So abstract data type is a special kind of data type whose behavior is defined by the set of values and the set of operations. So next point is the type of data structure. As I told you, in the need of data structure, there are two types of relationship exist in the data elements of the data structures, linear and hierarchical. So the main types of the data structures are, there are two types, primitive data structure and non-primitive data structure. And again, the non-primitive data structure have two types, linear data structure and the non-linear data structure. So in second semester, whenever when you learn the C programming in C subject, you have learned actually primitive data structure, that is integer, float and character. In this semester also you learn one non-primitive data structure also, that is a array. So remaining part that we are going to cover in this subject, that is linked list, stack, queue, tree and graphs. If you remember, our unit names are like this only. Your unit 3 was stack and queue, your unit 4 was linked list, your unit 5 was the tree and graph. So let us understand this classification. Types of data structure. There are two types of data structure, primitive and non-primitive. So primitive data structure are the data structure who directly operated by the machine instruction. Machine knows that data structure. And a non-primitive data structure are the data structure machine doesn't understand that non-primitive data structure. These are derived from the primitive data structure. Take an example. If you see there, primitive data structure are the array integer, float and character, and non-primitive is the array. Primitive understand by the machine, non-primitive doesn't understand by the machine. See, integer is a primitive data structure. If you write in your program int a, what program does? In memory, you create one variable a as integer having the 2 bytes. You allocate 2 bytes for the a. So if you whenever you write into your program int a, automatically 2 bytes are allocated for the a variable. This is what the primitive. It is understood by the machine. Next is a non-primitive, which is doesn't understand by the machine, but it is derived from the primitive. See example. You can write int a because integer is a primitive data structure. Machine does understand the integer. So, but non-primitive data structure array. Can you define the array like this? Declare the array a of 10. Is it correct? No, you cannot declare array as this. Array name a of 10. If you want to declare the array, you need some kind of primitive data structure, because array is a non-primitive data structure. Doesn't understand by the machine. So you cannot do this. So if you want to declare the array a of 10, you require one primitive data structure, that is int. So I think it is clear that primitive data structure as the data structure doesn't understand by the machine instruction directly, and non-primitive doesn't understand by the machine directly. It can be derived from the primitive data structure. For example, you declare a variable integer directly, but if you want to declare the array, that is non-primitive, you have to use the primitive data structure to define that non-primitive data structure. There are two types of non-primitive data structure, linear data structure and the non-linear data structure. So what is linear data structure? A linear data structure is a data structure who is having the linear relationship, and non-linear is a what is non-linear? Then the non-linear data structure who is having the hierarchical or non-linear relationship. So linear, we will see the example of linear. Linear means what? It should be in a line, one line. So first example is the array, it is in line. Another is a stack. Stack is nothing but the last in first out example, last in first out list. If you see all the examples that are all in the line, these are all are the linear data structure, array, stack, queue and the linked list. The another type of data structure is a non-linear data structure. A non-linear data structure is a data structure whose elements not in the sequence, not in a line. See examples are tree and graph. These are not in the line. So what is the difference between linear and non-linear? See, the first point is every item in a linear data structure is related to its previous and the next. And in linear data structure, every item is attached with many other items. Next point is that data is arranged in a linear, whereas in non-linear it is not in a sequence. Examples are array, stacks, and linked list and queue, and non-linears are tree and graph. Implementation of linear data structure is very easy as compared to non-linear data structure. So last point of this video is the operation. Second last point of this video is the operation on data structure. Why to store the data into the structure? Because we are going to perform various kind of operation on that data to use it efficiently. So which kind of operation you can perform on the data structure? There are 6 basic operations on the data structure. First is the traversing. Traversing means what? Accessing each and every element of the data structure at least once. For example, if there are 60 students in the class and I want to count how many students are there, what I do? I point out each and every student and count. If I want all the students' name, what I do? I ask each and every student to stand up and tell his or her name to me. So this is what a traversing operation. Accessing each and every data element exactly once. These are the examples of traversing are count and print. The next operation is searching. Searching means finding the location of the given element. Inserting. Inserting means what? Whenever you get new data, right? Adding the new data items to the given list of data items. The next operation is the deleting. Removing the existing item from the given collection of data items. The next is the sorting. Sorting means what? Arranging the data into some logical order. If your data is numeric, then this order can be ascending or descending. And if your data is alphabetic, then if your data is alphabetic, then there is a alphabetic order. And last operation is a merging. Merging means what? Combining two sorted lists into the one sorted list. So these are the 6 basic operations that we are going to learn on each type of data structure. That is, we are going to perform all these operations on non-linear data structure as well as linear data structure. The last point is the applications of areas of data structure. Data structure is widely used in many areas. So these are the compiler designing. Till now, how many compiler you have used? You have used the C compiler, correct? So in C compiler, there is also data structure, how where we will understand in the stack. For recursive program, whenever recursive program executes, it uses the stack. The next is the operating system. Operating system also uses the queue data structure. Next is a statistical analysis package, DBMS, that is database management system, numerical analysis, simulations, artificial intelligence, and graphics. These are the applications areas of the data structures. Thank you.